while organizing the Pope's Mass in typhoon-hit Tacloban. Today's Mass concluded the Pope's 6-day tour of Asia. Bearing witness to the pontiff was so meaningful, a national holiday was declared in the Philippines for the duration of his 3-day visit. Sonia Artero, TVB News.
Greek police have made several arrests in connection with a terror plot in Belgium. The sweep comes amid a widening dragnet across Europe following the Paris attacks and ongoing protests over sensitive political cartoons in France. James Aiken reports.
4 people have been taken into custody in Greece for questioning over a foiled plot to attack Belgian police. Investigators are trying to determine if one of the suspects is the ringleader of a Belgian jihadi cell that was dismantled on Thursday. For the first time in 30 years, Belgian army troops are being mobilized to reinforce police. About 300 troops are now guarding sites that could be terrorist targets.
Today we are deployed in Antwerp and Brussels. We are looking into other sites in Belgium. The crisis center is assessing them to look if further deployment is necessary.
The deployment is part of a broad package of government anti-terrorism measures approved on Friday and comes a day after 2 suspects were killed and dozens of others were taken into custody in raids across Western Europe. Belgium's threat level has been raised to 3, the second highest level. In a second day of protests in the former French colony of Niger in West Africa, demonstrators continue to retaliate for satirical cartoons in the Charlie Hebdo newspaper. Several people are dead after mobs attacked churches, Christian homes, and police stations in the predominantly Muslim country. Sales of the paper have been banned.
Une France sans distinction de religion.
France's president, meanwhile, is promising that France will oppose anyone who wants to impose a religious war on its soil. François Hollande also said that protesters in other countries do not understand France's attachment to freedom of speech. Meanwhile, Japan is stepping up aid to the Middle East. As part of a regional tour, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe announced more than $200 million in non-military assistance for countries battling Islamic State. During a stop in Cairo, Abe warned that the world will suffer an immeasurable loss if terrorism spreads in the Middle East. James Aiken, TVB News.
Back locally. It's becoming wildly popular in Hong Kong, but there are growing concerns that shisha smoking could be killing kids. Rani Samtani has this report.
Located on the 6th floor of a building, this restaurant offers shisha smoking indoors. Shisha is a tobacco product. It is against the law to smoke shisha in indoor public places and certain public areas. And the tobacco cannot be sold to minors. But some teenagers like 17-year-old Jason have picked up the shisha smoking habit.
It's almost something like a fashion trend. I know some 15-year-olds that do it on a regular basis. You get a very short, temporary head rush.
But he doesn't even know what's in shisha.
I mean, it's quite shocking. When you said there was tobacco, I thought it was just water vapor.
Traditionally, shisha is made with tobacco, molasses, and sweetened flavors. It is smoked using a hookah or water pipe. One bar owner said he's noticed an increase in business.
If their friends smoke it, they want to try as well. We have found 80% of our shisha smokers are locals, and only 20% are foreigner.
This bar offers tobacco-free and nicotine-free shisha. But those in the industry say that not many bars and restaurants in Hong Kong provide tobacco-free shisha because it is 40% more expensive than shisha with tobacco.
However, health experts say shisha is just as harmful as cigarette smoking, regardless of whether it contains tobacco. In fact, a study by the World Health Organization found that smoking shisha for 1 hour is equivalent to smoking 100 or more cigarettes.
The amounts of tobacco smoke and the harmful substances, for example, carbon monoxide, would be about 10 times as much as in conventional cigarette smoking. High levels of carbon monoxide will lead to cognitive function defects. So it affects the learning ability of young people. It affects their memory as well.
Because of the health risks, the Singapore Ministry of Health imposed a complete ban on shisha last November. Should Hong Kong follow in the Lion City's footsteps?
I think, first of all, it is important for us to keep in view the situation. So, for example, how many people are smoking shisha, what age range, and how prevalent is the entire situation. Then we will look at the legislation in totality.
Chan noted that there is a misconception that shisha is less harmful than cigarettes. She said the government will work on stepping up enforcement and increasing public education. Ronnie Santani, TVB News.
In sports now. In the English Premier League, Chelsea crushed Swansea City 5-0 to go 5 points clear at the top. Here's Jameson Wong.